Guys, I cannot draw Stickman childlike bad, this bad. So I scribbled 3 rough ideas and Claude's new canvas mode turned them into this, a real personal brand site. No code, 8 minutes. If you want a site that's actually yours, this is exactly how.
First thing to do is open up Claude Design. I'm going to come over to blank canvas because what I'm interested in doing is just creating these little visuals and then moving them into a website. So what I'm going to do is go and open up as many as I want of these. So for example, I want 5. I'm going to open up 5 of these and then open them in separate tabs, which I've already done over here. And now we can start designing. So first thing we're going to do here is just click this markup button. And then we're going to draw a very loose basil plant. Why a basil plant, you may ask? Well, because I want this to be one of my first items. I want this to be a button on the page. And I want some kind of reference for that to give to Claude, because Claude will very often work way better with references. I'll turn this basil plant into a button component for my website. I'm going to say green because I want it green, right? So I'm going to send that off, it's going to work away, and I'm going to go on to the next thing now.
And this time we're going to be creating some images for 2 things that I love, which are dance and creativity. So first I'm going to start with dance.
Slipped, okay, but it still looks rare.
Here. Then I'm going to draw some very simple kind of dancing characters, stick.
Then politely said boo. Hands get messy, heart gets bright. Oops turns magic.
Turn this into a simple animation for my website of the couple. Okay, we'll send that off and then we'll move on to the next one. Now, this is what's so good about this, guys. You can see the first one's done already, second one's doing in the background, and we can get into a little bit of a flow here.
My fish wears tiny boots, my tree has velvet roots.
Is painting and paintbrush into an image of my website, and then we send that.
I tried to draw a train, it became a purple rain, so I gave it wings instead. Now it circles back again.
Walker into a loading indicator for my website. Okay, boom. Now, last thing we're going to create, guys, last but not least, we're going to create the heading.
High like a kite in the sky. Make it weird, make it sweet. Let the doodles tap their feet. Make it weird, make it sweet. That's the way I like to eat. Make it weird.
The 2 concepts for my personal brand, story and play, into a heading for the website. We're done. Now we can start. We can see these 3 are going, they're in progress. Wow, okay, I love that already. We're going to come back to that in a minute. New version is ready. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's exactly what I was hoping for. We've gone a bit awry with this one, but I'm wondering if we can go back to this, screenshot it, and I can perhaps come over here and say, okay, so that didn't actually look anything like the picture of the basil that I drew. You've created some buttons, which is cool. Unless I'm missing something, can you make it more like the actual basil that I designed in the first place? Okay, let's see what that does in a minute. We come back to this one. I love this. I just don't want to do anything else with it. That's okay. But this is sick, guys. As they come up, it's just so cool. You know, already immediately we're getting things here. So I'm going to go away and just tweak these a little bit more, so at least we get, you know, 3 or 4 of them as an indicator. But you could probably do this with just these 2 here. You know, already we've got a vibe. And I'm going to turn this into a website in a moment.
Right, so we've got all 5 designs now. As I said, you could probably do it with 2 or 3. Some are not perfect, like the color here is not perfect. And then these buttons are okay, but I'd probably spend a bit more time refining them to make them a bit more sketch style. But what we're actually going to do now is just export this. So we're going to do 2 things. We're going to copy the link and get it building a brand system. Back to Claude Design, and we're going to create a design system. Create a new one. Create here, first of all. And I'm just going to give it this link and see what it can do. Come back to that in a few minutes when it's done something. But then I'm also going to export it. So we've got a couple of options to send if I want to send it straight to a website or to Claude Code. But what I find very often useful is just to export this as a zip, and then you can have individual components and then we'll perhaps use that later. So I'm in the habit of doing that. And also we're going to send it to Claude Code and see if we can get something going in the background there. So I'll copy that, come over to Claude Code and copy that, create a new session. That, because there's nothing in there, copy that and very simply say, now create a website for me. It's going to be a personal brand site for a user who is an artist and sketches these stickman characters. Make it in the style of the components I've added in this design sheet. You can have a look at them. If you can just access the basil, it looks like you can only access the basil, let me know, and then I'll provide the zip folder, or the address to the zip folder. We're going to get over and run that, and then we'll come back over to here because it does look like it's actually only picked up the basil one. Grab this zip folder, you can just pop it. Here's the zip, and the zip contains everything for sure. So that's in there. So guys, sadly, the design system didn't work at all. It just created a random design system based on one of my other projects. However, I'm going to try it again in the background. So create a personal brand site for an artist creating and refining stickman art. Then I'm going to pop in the zip folder, which contains everything. Both of those are fine. Generate, but I've got some good news, guys. And here it is. Look at this, guys. Right, already we've got I Draw Stick People. It's doing what I said. You know, I wanted to create a personal brand. We haven't said the name or anything. It's brought those buttons in. You can see them, same style. It's got that great live sketch, which has been the updated one. And then what I love that it did here, the original sketch is taken into the refinement. So it's like saying, imagine that you could start with a simple sketch, refine it, you know? I love that concept. It's even alternated the original and the refined one. But guys, overall, I'm super happy that it's even put a pricing plan in. I love the way it fades in. And this is just using that zip folder with like 5 components to create what I would consider a beautiful one-shot here, guys. So if you like this one, please just drop a like, drop a comment. I want to hear what you liked about this video, what you're making yourselves, and see you in the next one.